Hello and welcome to episode 39 of our Ostriv Alpha 4.7 Let's Play. It is May of 1779 in our town. We have 1,646 residents, and last episode we did some of the new 4.7 features like this orchard right here, and built a couple of houses and queued up some other stuff, and we added some more forestries to try and fix our problem with firewood supply. And there's a number of other things we can be doing as well. I think this episode going to try and let the game run long enough for these trees to bear fruit, which should be, I believe, 2 years, 2 or 3 years. So there will be some time skips here. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good. We do have most of these forestries have some reforestation areas, except for the ones that are, actually in the forest. They're still planting a lot of these, and these trees are growing and being cut as they are eligible for all that. We have other stuff going on up here. They're just eternally planting. That's the way things go, I suppose. But there are some other things we can be taking care of while we're waiting for all of these trees to be planted and grow. Chiefly, we are out of burial plots. And we had started with a couple different places for people to be buried, if I remember correctly which map I'm in, even. There's a lot of them here, and then there's another church somewhere. It's been a long time since I've done any of this. But there's a church up here. Had a lot of these burial plots. Like this is from 1750, this one's from 1763. So the time is probably approaching for us to start putting more of these burial plots elsewhere. But I'm not really quite sure where that would best go. Because we just have these two churches. I don't think we have enough stone to build another one. So we don't have to put it next to a church. I just think that's the most apt place for one to go. So why don't we just go ahead, bite the bullet, and get a move on in this area here. I can find a spot where it's actually going to let me place one down. It doesn't even line up. What am I doing here? Okay. See, this should... I guess it's colliding with the corner of this church building here, which is annoying. Can we do it on this side? Okay. Okay, I don't know what the deal is with this, but we're just going to keep on going and going and going because we have a lot of dead people that need to be buried. And the game doesn't really give us any other avenue to take care of that than doing this. So guess what we get to do? Let's put a whole bunch of things, and there's still a ton more that we need to do. Oy vey. Let's go ahead and get that copy. See, this doesn't even line up. So this is what's confusing to me, is how you can copy something that's directly next to something else and it doesn't line up. It's almost like the thing is off a little bit. Like, my God, could we put so many of these things in here and they still just keep coming back for more? So I think we probably could put in another dozen or so, and they'd still be filling these up. Yeah, I know this is going to be out of sequence here, but it's not really much you can do about that. Well, I guess I could have done it correctly in the first place. That's something I could do about that. Okay, so that's finally gone away. So we'll add another little bit here. I'm sure by the end of the episode it'll be back again, but it is important to take care of that periodically. And I also don't think we're going to have too many more episodes in this specific save, so I'm not really worried about it, because we do have the promised Alpha 5 update coming. We don't know when, but we do know that they're close enough to actually talking about it that it's at least known it's going to be coming sometime soon. So we're just going to do one more row here. Okay, that was a little too far, but that's fine. I mainly just don't want to deal with that little message in the corner of the screen, so we'll just get the rest of these done real quick. Just a little bit more, and that should do it for now. Yeah, let's go ahead and save because we can't trust the game to not crash. I mean, I can't really blame it with a town this huge, even though we do have 19 empty houses because of the people leaving for firewood and all that good stuff. Not too much we can do about that except wait. But one thing we can do, okay, these people are moving up because firewood, yeah. We can go around to these different houses here. We can see if anyone's getting any of these new crops. It doesn't look like they've harvested any of the new stuff yet, which makes sense. I think this might be new. I can't remember, but I don't remember seeing this before. That's not cabbage either. So some of these could be some exciting new crops. I think that's carrots. But let's see. These people just have apiaries. Yeah, most of this looks like stuff we've already had. I guess we'll have to wait till the fall and see if anyone has any interesting new harvest stuff that we don't recognize. Then, of course, we'll have to fix our markets to accommodate that and add another market stall. Or we could just take this one and reassign it somewhere else. Because we do have this doing the same thing. So I think, well, of course, we'll have to have granaries that can actually, you know, purchase them. So we'll come back and visit that at a later time. We are still building houses here. We have this forestry chugging away, making nothing but firewood. This one making nothing but firewood. This one making firewood and actual wood, which I guess is helpful. That's something that we need. We do have new families settling periodically. Nature is healing. Just takes time. Let's check on some of these. Yeah, that's definitely cabbage. This looks like one of those new things, or it could be carrots. I don't know. I just don't know what this is. I'm sure somebody does. Probably will leave a comment about it. So if you, excuse me, if you know what that is, let me know. I know these are onions. Got more that's a lot of cabbages. These are onions. These could be something else. I don't know. We will find out. Oh. Ah, there's the sound for the water wheel. That's kind of cool. If you're looking directly at it, it disappears, but if you go to the side, that seems like that might be unintended. Or it could just be my computer, the way it's deciding to render sound, because I do have some aftermarket sound drivers and stuff, because I've got audio interfaces and all that good stuff. But that's a nice sound for that. Looking good. Where are these people settling? Right here, and they've got 3 kids. Speaking of kids, let's check these schools out. Okay, that one's full. I think, okay, so not all of these are full. But this area up here, there's not a lot of kids. I wonder why. Because this area isn't, oh, settled 42 years ago. Okay, I guess it is that old. Okay, these houses obviously are not occupied. Well, this one's occupied. They haven't started growing anything. Why is that? Okay, this looks like a tree. Do they plant a fruit tree? I know that's a behavior of the new stuff is they can plant fruit trees. That might be. Yeah, it looks like those are apple trees. And this could be one as well. I know they will harvest their own fruit trees if they have them in their yards. That's something that was delineated in the update notes. But we won't know anything for quite some time because it takes a couple years for it to grow. Another family moving in. Let's see if they end up planting anything. This is just a regular tree. So I don't know exactly what they're planning on doing with that. Let's see. Okay, wagons need repair. What's the carpentry waiting for? Nothing needed. These are all broken. What are you people doing? I straight up don't believe you when you say that nothing is ordered, because all 3 of these are broken. All of the wagons everywhere are broken. Well, not all of them, just most of them. It's kind of weird. Okay, can we tell what they planted yet? I can't see anything. I guess they haven't finished planting. Water's looking good. Just about everywhere. Where are they moving? Okay. Well, so I think now this is where we are going to take a little time skip. And I'll keep playing and see if anything interesting happens. And then we'll come back probably the next go around and see if these trees grow at all. And if we can get our population up a little bit more and get some new garden items. So we'll catch you after the break. Just thought I'd cut back in to let you guys know that the houses that were already here are in fact growing the new crops. These are some pumpkins, which were a newly introduced crop in 4.7. And I think some of this other stuff is new as well. We haven't gotten quite far enough to figure out exactly what it is. And as they start harvesting, we'll see them show up in here. It is September in game right now, so there's still a little bit of time left. But I expect this to be showing up here. We do have a messenger we can take care of. I think these people were just here, and I did sell some stuff to them. So we'll just do a little bit more here. And take a look-see and find out if there are anybody. Wow, fantastic English there. If there's anybody else growing some new crops somewhere else in the town. I think some of these places down here might have had some. I don't recognize this plant. I could be wrong. Yeah, here's some more pumpkins right here. I think these could be... Okay, those are just cucumbers. I want to see somebody like harvest this new stuff. These people aren't even really growing anything. Okay, because they settled in the summer after the time where you can actually plant anything. Yeah, so, you know, it's nice to know that you don't have to have all new houses to take advantage of the new crops. We'll get plenty of pumpkins, and we will have to take care of the supply chain for selling those at some point in the future. That time is not now. We do still have, I don't know, we got about 12, 13 grave plots left, which is hopefully enough for the rest of this episode. Oh my god, look at all these pumpkins. Okay, I think they might have enough pumpkins here. What do you think? That's a lot of pumpkins. Lots of pumpkins. Anybody else have a ton of these things? I like the... Okay, they just harvested some. Yep, there we go. Got 232 pumpkins. They've got marrow. They've got... Beetroot was already there. Okay, so they're going to be eating on that for a long time. Let's check out over here. Okay, they haven't really harvested anything yet here. I imagine that probably will be soon, considering it is October. Our population is growing as well. We have occupied every house. And it seems that our firewood supply issues have improved somewhat. We have 66,000 stored up. And now we have 61,000 because people keep buying it. Okay, these people harvested. Yeah, they've got pumpkin. It looks like that might have been the only new one they were growing. Yeah, the rest of these guys don't have a ton of other stuff. I don't have any slots in these granaries to buy any anything like that. I think the trees are growing pretty slowly, but you can tell they are growing, and I still think that these are all going to be a fruit tree. Well, that's not a fruit tree. But all these little things are going to be a fruit tree, I do believe. And I think that's a regular tree. But we'll have that to look forward to as well. Just have to think about where I might want to put another granary for... Okay, let's get our grid back. I know that's my favorite saying here. Get that. Let's put in... Let's just do one right here just for the sake of having that done. We'll add a little space behind so people can walk as they are wont to do. And we'll have this one just be for some of the newer crops. And then we'll have to go through here. We'll turn this... Oh, apricots. Okay. Apples, apricots. What else is new here? Garlic, nobody's growing yet. Horseradish, marrow we saw, and pumpkin. So let's do these four. Marrow and pumpkin. As soon as they finish building this, then we'll be able to get that done. And we'll check and see exactly what's happening here. Let's, the time being, just let them do their work. Every builder in town. Slowly. Very slowly. But they are going to come together and get this built. Hopefully sooner rather than later, as soon as they all show up. So I'm excited to see the new crops proliferate around the town and get everybody to speed on purchasing the new goodies. That's all sorts of fun. Plus, it's nice to just watch stuff get built, you know? These are usually pretty quick. So we'll probably go around eventually and add a couple more of these. And we'll see exactly what we have to do to get everyone able to purchase new stuff. So let's go ahead and put in, let's see, apricots, cherries. Haven't seen those. Let's see what else new. Oh, people are growing garlic, I guess. Okay. So we'll do, I think, horseradish, the marrow, tomato, peas. That might have been one of the ones I was looking at. Okay, so let's just get that. I think the storage capacity of this is 20,000. Okay. So let's go for 3,000. I think I've done my math right. It'll be probably a little bit off because this will be 12,000. This will be 15. This will be 18. Yeah, okay, let's go 2,500. That ought to get us there with 8 of them. That actually ought to be pretty much exactly perfect. And we'll see if anyone actually ends up selling. Because we can have, we don't have to have one of these granaries at every single marketplace. We can have a couple of them near areas where people are going to be growing a lot of these new things here. Okay, so we have somebody working here. And maybe eventually they'll come in and sell their wares. Let's check out down here, see if these guys got anything. Okay, cucumbers. Nothing new here. Nothing new here. Nothing new here. Okay, they've got marrow and they've got... No, that's it. They've got pumpkin. They've got some peas. Okay, so we'll need to build one down here. They've got peas and they've got... Okay, beetroot is already a thing. Okay, so not a ton of these houses taking advantage of it, but there are enough where I think it's worth putting in another one of these granaries. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just copy paste here. Just put it right back to back. Get that done. And then what we'll do is we'll just copy paste the resource list from this one over to this one. And then we'll go ahead and... Let's see, we can go ahead and take, yeah, this one. We'll just do our same thing. Apples, apricots, cherries. Where's the next one? Garlic? Yeah, then we'll have to build a new market stall. We can actually, I think I've done this correctly. We can just do 2 more in the center here. Okay. We stopped at garlic, right? Okay, so we'll do horseradish. We'll do marrow. Oh, come on. Then peas. And then the last one should be pumpkin. So that's good. And then we can put this one back in our clothing, firewood, shoes, and warm clothing rotation. I guess I could have just left the other one the way it was, but you know how this goes. We're learning as we go. And that scared the crap out of me, so we're going to save. Alright. So, we've got that being moved. We don't really have enough to stock anything because this isn't done yet. So we'll get that taken care of eventually, if they ever finish this building. Which looks like they should be doing very soon. Okay, so that's all done. Let's go in here. I didn't miss any of these, did I? Garlic, horseradish, peas, pumpkin. I think that's everything, so we'll copy-paste this. Copy-paste this. I love this copy-paste stuff. So now we should have people be able to sell stuff. Has anyone sold here? No, no one has sold here quite yet. How's our pumpkin dudes? Okay, so they're actually eating the pumpkin, which is interesting. Let's check and see. We've got... I know this is going to be almost impossible for you guys to read, probably. I'm not seeing a lot of this new stuff here. In fact, I'm not really seeing any of it. Let's double check our firewood stock. Okay, it's still going up. That's good. So maybe we have to wait a couple seasons to get the full effect of stuff here. So I know some of these houses had it, yeah, and they still do. They also have to have time to actually come in and sell stuff, too. That takes away from whatever their normal jobs are. But I think that's about the extent of what we can gather right now, except we're going to have to build some more burial plots pretty soon. So we'll do yet another little time skip, and we'll come back closer to the next planting and harvest season, see who else is taking care of stuff. But yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Coming out of another winter, it is February of 1782 here, and I believe we're about to get to the point where apples will be growing on these trees. The trees are 2 years old at the start of a growing season, so I think we should, in some amount of short time, see some fruit start to appear on these trees. Flowering and such, you can actually see in real time the flowers coming in, which is kind of cool to watch. It's actually really interesting how that comes in like that. So we'll watch this go a little bit more, and then we'll go check out a little bit more of what I did while we were doing this enormous, like, 2-year-long time skip here. About 45 minutes in real time. Yeah, so you can see the leaves coming in just like that. Pretty interesting. So that is more or less what that does. I added a couple more orchards over here. This one is doing apricots and this one is doing cherries. And those should be mature in a couple of years. And then I also... Are these still flowering? Okay, yeah, this still looks cool. So I think we should have, before too long, we should have some apples show up in here as harvestable things, and also sold in our marketplaces and the granaries and stuff. So I added a couple more. Got one here and one at this one. I added some more of these market stalls, and they've been selling some of the new crops. But as people are slow to adopt, it's kind of a slow, long process. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff to think about here. I would love to see them actually harvest some apples, but I think that's probably going to have to be later on in the spring or summer. Probably late summer. But these are progressing as well. We've got still a little bit of time before these really do much of anything, but it's still cool to watch them go. And we ran out of the burial plots again. I built several more while we were waiting. And yeah, they just won't stop dying, so you know how that goes. As far as firewood goes, we've got 115,000 more or less. We're just about ready to replant some of these reforestation areas. So I think that strategy that someone suggested of having more than one per forestry, which of course I did not do to every forestry, but seems to be working. So we'll be checking in on that as events warrant. I mean, meanwhile, up here, they're still planting and harvesting at the same time. So this is going to be interesting. Down here seems to be doing pretty well. Of course, they haven't even started planting this one yet. They're so busy. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Progress, progress, progress. Of course, these are still growing. These white flowers, I guess, will eventually fall off. And we'll have some actual apples. So our population is more or less completely recovered. We don't have any housing available. Open vacancies are not egregiously high We had a lot of babies born, so we're in pretty good shape, I think. We did have an issue with the game freezing the people in place, and that caused some livestock to die. I'll go ahead and save again. But I think restart fixed that, as it usually does. And now we're just cruising like we always have been. Yeah, that's about the size of it. We're, again, this is the point in the playthrough where it is just unbearably slow to get any modicum of progress. Hence the multiple time skips here. Yeah, that is, that's a nice shot of the orchard right here. We might actually use that as our little cover photo. Yeah, let's do that. Little screenshot sound. Cool, so that will be the thumbnail for today's video. Yeah, they're going to take a while. And I don't think at this point we can actually tell if people have planted the new crops yet. Well, they've still got some pumpkins and some garlic left over. And I know these all say 0, but they have been selling. They have been, well, rather the granaries have been buying stuff. It just, it's been kind of slow to make progress here. Oh, I forgot about this guy. This is actually doing pretty good. Let's see, Messenger, what you got? Just keep buying iron ore because you can never have too much of that. Buckwheat we always seem to run out of. So we're actually doing pretty well. I guess I could sell some flour. Why not? We have enough of it stored up. Yeah, got plenty. Alright, so yeah, that is just about the size of it. We'll do one more time skip to get these apples harvested here. And then that will be the end of today's episode. Alright, check this out. You see all this red? I can't zoom in anymore. But there's actual apples on the trees. That's super cool. Still don't know when they're going to get harvested, but I figured I'd let you guys know that there are actual apples and they're red. I love this game. Yeah, look at that. We got apples. 1,100. They're being taken away as soon as they can get harvested. Yeah, we've still got some in the back here. That's cool. Absolutely love it. And people are getting apples out of there. And I still don't know if these are actual trees or just fruit trees. This looks like a fruit tree of some type. Oh, it's cherries. Okay. And then this must be apricots. Cool. So that's nice that they actually have fruit trees, and our guy over here can actually purchase them. I guess the apples will get taken over here. Yes, they are. Oh, wow. That is super cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. This is such a great addition to the game, guys. Yeah, that's just so cool to me. I like it. I like it a lot. So I guess this is about as good a time as any to go ahead and end today's episode. It's getting a little long, but hopefully you've enjoyed. I know there's a lot of really interesting, fun features in this update, and I cannot wait for Alpha 5 and all the fun that that's going to bring. So I guess I should also let you know I'm going to be going out of town for a little while, so it probably won't be very many videos, if any more at all, depending on what kind of time I've got to sit down and record something quick while I'm out. Well, I hope all of you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year if I don't talk to you before then. It's always a pleasure having you on these videos in the comments. Even if you don't leave a comment, I'm glad you're here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks so much again for tuning in to watch these videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.